Well, again, good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Sunset Ministries here on a Monday evening. The weather is just beautiful out here in the Northeast. I don't know where you're at, but over here in the New Jersey area, we're in the mid-70s tonight. It was just great weather. We just thank God anytime we have good weather. As many of you know, I don't like the cold, so anytime we can get away from the cold, that's a good thing. Well, listen, Paulette reminded me. She said I did mention it a while back, so forgive me because, as you know, with so much on my plate, quite often I forget things. But this week, Thursday and Friday, again, my apologies, we will not be meeting. About a year ago, maybe a little less than a year ago, many of you know I'm involved in my daughter's sports and I coach softball. Well, one of the coaches who I coach with, just, going on Facebook, seeing the things that I've been posting, the Daily Word, started talking to me, found that I'm a pastor. Well, long story short, his sister was looking for someone to get married, to marry them. I sat and I talked with them because anybody who asked me, I've married several people already, but when people ask me to marry them, I always take a moment to sit down with them, just to make sure that, they're getting married for the right reasons, because marriage is something serious in the eyes of God. So they've asked me to marry them, and I've agreed to marry them. So the ceremony, the rehearsal's Thursday, and then Friday will be taking place the marriage. So we will not be meeting because as I'll be, preparing for that. So my apologies for that. But nonetheless, I'm out here. One of the things I do like about the softball season start, I get to come out to the park and I get to do Sunset Ministries out here. I'm in the clubhouse now, and quite often people walk in here and I say, no, come in. I kind of usher them in because, listen, we get the word of God shared out here. People come to the park to watch their kids play baseball, unknowing to them that, they get preached the word of God as well. So we got to cast out that net wherever we're at. So again, good to see everybody in the line. So anyone who is missing tonight, please let them know that Thursday and Friday we will not be meeting. Again, so good to see Dottie back from California. She's back from her long trip. I know she said it was a great time. And those of you who are on the line, next Monday we're going to have Dottie just share a few minutes of what God did for her. I mean, because God is such an awesome God. I wanted to share from her mouth. Because, listen, when we're going through struggles and trials, God knows our needs, and He knows when we need rest. He knows when we need just that time away from everything. So she shared that God just did an awesome thing in her life, so I want her to share with us a few minutes next Monday. And then quickly, I want to welcome those of you who are listening to us on Spreaker.com. We thank God for you. So let's continue. As we continue with our series that we started last week, God is on your side. Because listen, we said we know that God is on our side. So far we have talked about God enabling us, and then we talked about God encouraging us. Tonight we're going to continue with God empowering us. Now some of you may remember that old song, Dare to be a Daniel. And the song was written by a gentleman named Philip Bliss in 1873. And the refrain from the song goes like this, and I'm not going to sing it because I'd probably make you all hang up, but it's dare to be a Daniel, dare to stand alone, dare to have a purpose firm, dare to make it known. Now, the reason we are challenged to dare to be a Daniel is because Daniel is one of the greatest examples in the Bible of a man who stood for God no matter what circumstance he found himself in. And it's important that no matter what situations we find ourselves in, no matter what circumstances we find ourselves in, we need to stand firm for God and what we represent. No matter what the world threw at Daniel, he stuck with God and he relied on his power, the power of God, to see him through. Now, I've said it so many times before that in this world, we will face the various trials and temptations of life. There is no doubt about that. It's going to happen. And sadly, and what's unfortunate is that